Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Geeks Closet Podcast, episode number
five. Episode
five. I'm Randy Rodriguez. This is my co-host,
Aiden Samano.
And we do have a few little, subjects to talk to you about this week. Not too much, but we got some cool stuff to talk to you about. How was your week?
Our week was busy.
Was it? Yeah.
How about you?
Really busy. That secret project that I keep on telling them that I got going on.
They just need to be patient.
Yeah, I've been working on that, man. I'm exhausted, bro. I work. This past week, I've worked 92 hours.
Golly.
Not exaggerating. 92 hours.
That's worth it though.
But you gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
So if you're a comic book fan or a trading card fan, I have major news coming soon. Anyhow, let's get to the first subject, something that I love, I have a lot of passion about. Charles Xavier. Okay, so I believe that maybe like 2 or 3 podcasts ago, we were talking about that they were thinking about casting this guy from Breaking Bad. What's his name? The chicken guy. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, can't remember his name.
Well, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know he's
they were talking about casting him for the role of Charles Xavier.
The guy who plays Gustavo.
Yes. No, not Gustavo.
Yes.
Is it Gustavo?
Yeah, the guy with glasses.
Okay, yes. So yesterday I saw an interview on comicbook.com that had Patrick Stewart, and they were interviewing him, asking him if he was going to be in what movie?
X-Men.
No, Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3. So
I was just thinking X-Men.
So he did for those that are watching, you can narrate this if you want. Smile. He said, they told me to stand by. So when they said that, and he smirked, bro, I got goosebumps.
Dude, I'm so come on, he confirmed it.
I'm a huge X-Men fan. So anything that relates to X-Men in other movies really gets me going.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So when he appeared in Doctor Strange, I nearly almost had a heart attack.
I did too. I was like, oh my gosh, I was like,
almost as much as seeing Reed Richards as Mr. Wonderful or whatever. But
and I didn't care about anyone else except for them too.
Yeah, absolutely. But seeing him, because for me, he is Charles Xavier.
He is Charles Xavier.
So I really hope that. I'm saying I hope, but I know he's going to be in Deadpool 3. There has to be. You know why? Because there's a special connection between him and Logan. There's a special connection between him and Logan. And if you watch the Logan movie, you'll understand. There was extra special connection. And that smirk, you don't get that smirk for no reason.
No. And if you do that and you don't fulfill that, you need to get hit with the bus or something.
Do you remember? You know what, bro? I'm gonna customize one of these hats to have it here on the table, so that when I put that boss hat on, you can know what's coming. So I'm gonna put my boss hat on.
We need a bozo button.
Okay. So I'm not going to. I'm gonna speak facts and figures.
Okay.
Marvel's genius.
Oh yeah.
Because even if Charles Xavier is not in it,
they still
just that
publicized.
Yeah, bro. It's genius. That's how you get people to want to go see a movie.
It's all networking.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to see Deadpool 3 because I wanted to see Deadpool 3. I think that was hilarious.
I love that.
And Wolverine is my favorite. So having those things connected, make it I have to see the movie no matter what. But now that I saw that interview on comicbook.com, yeah, 100%.
I'm seeing it.
100%. I'm in. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a project that I'm not too happy with. I hear that the developers at Amazon Prime Video are working on a Spider-Man noir, live action show. Supposed to be based in the 1930s. In New York. First of all, I have a problem with it being in New York because everything's always in New York. I'm tired. Give me Kansas or something, something different, bro. Something different, No, but on a real note, this has nothing to do with we know Spider-Man as the whole Peter Parker. It's supposed to be. I don't even know how they're gonna go with it.
It is Peter Parker, and like the storyline goes, and my boss kills Ben Parker. And to be honest, Spider-Man Noir, I could see that as like an animated series with like that 1930s gangster feel, but
I don't
not
know.
a live
I don't
action
know how it would
adaptation. You know, you had Nicolas Cage play Spider-Man Noir in the Into the Spider-Verse, and that was amazing. And I think that's where you kind of need to leave it. Don't try to grasp for other Spider-Man coming.
The directors of Spider-Verse are on board. They are.
But how are you gonna have play him? Like, he never shows his face like that.
And no, I don't. I just don't like. I love shows from that time frame. I love that whole time frame, the whole mafia back in that era. I love that, but I don't like 1930s New York or Spider-Man.
Exactly.
So, let's go to our next topic. Let's see. All right, the Amazing Spider-Man 3. So I know you wanted to talk about this one.
Yeah.
So talk to me.
So Amazing Spider-Man 3. Did Andrew Garfield's been trying to put it off like they're not currently producing it. They are.
Of course.
And
100%.
why would you produce Craven the Hunter, starring Aaron Johnson Taylor, and then all these other Sony productions without Spider-Man? So Venom, that franchise is in the Andrew Garfield Sony universe. People are trying to say it's in the Tom Holland. It's not. Yeah,
No, it's not. Absolutely
if you look at the city itself and the Amazing Spider-Man and the Venom 2, stuff like that is obviously all connected based on.
Oh yeah, 100%. Tom Hardy is the main villain. You know, Tom Hardy's Venom is the main villain in this storyline. I love that. I'm a big Venom fan. I'm a huge Tom Hardy fan. Well, see, like Tom Hardy's Venom to me is like Deadpool, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't see Venom as bad.
Well, you know how Venom becomes bad, right? So Venom, yeah, he's an evil alien, right? He's an evil symbiote. But the real thing that actually made him manic in comics was him latching onto Deadpool.
Shut up.
Really?
Wow, how did I not know that? Is this a fact?
This is a fact.
Only on the Geeks Closet podcast.
But I mean, people are like, why doesn't have Venom have a symbol? He never gets a symbol until he latches.
That's later down the road. Yeah, that's later down the road.
People like you really have to go ahead and see what's going to happen with this. I believe Andrew Garfield looks great. He looks great for Spider-Man still. He's in amazing shape. Do you see that GQ?
I agree. Sure did.
That's Spider-Man. That's my Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's your Spider-Man.
That's my Spider-Man. I still love Tobey Maguire. He's always going to be the best Spider-Man.
For me, yeah, absolutely.
But Andrew Garfield's my Spider-Man.
Okay.
And I just believe that this is a broad, and is this a rumor?
Okay, so I have a lot of questions now.
Okay.
Okay, so Sony had discussed, I believe this was November 2022. Sony said that they had one more movie. They had on the contract, they had one more movie to team up with Marvel for Spider-Man. For Marvel to use Spider-Man, because Sony still has the rights to Spider-Man. But the fact that we are discussing that whole new world, because Marvel had just spoken out this past week that they have a script for Amazing Spider-Man 4. Did you know that?
For the Amazing Spider-Man 4?
Yeah, for Amazing Spider-Man 4.
So they don't. Well, they did have one for 3, but they scrapped it.
So the question I'm asking is, if they're even talking about it, does this mean that there's a new deal?
There could be. I know that with
I would love
that with No Way Home, he approached Marvel. I mean, Marvel approached Sony about a new contract. And I know that was in the works, and that was in the works of them trying to get Andrew Garfield. Because that deal that they had with Tobey Maguire is completely separate. That was a legacy deal.
Okay.
Okay. Now this right here, I think there is a new deal, And especially with them producing comic like characters from Spider-Man. Which they still can do. They just can't use Spider-Man.
Yeah, they can absolutely.
Without
They can use characters.
Yeah. With how we saw Morbius, I was a big fan of Morbius. I know you're into vampires, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, for me, honestly, really have to be really cautious with Sony and these movies. They don't strike well when it comes to like how they sell, and they don't execute well, business wise.
Right.
But I can see them being prosperous with Andrew Garfield again.
Bro, when I get into a movie, I get into it. I'm either in it or I'm not, and emotionally, and I'm having problems because mentally, my wife would agree with me. Anyways, no, but truthfully speaking, I need to know, not I want to know. I need to know if there is discussions, if those rumors are true. I need to know if there's a new deal, because it depends on how I'm gonna go at the movie. Because if there is no new deal, then I have to go at that movie as in with a certain level of emotional protection, because I know that there's gonna be some type of ending. You understand?
Yeah.
If there is a deal to continue, which can possibly lead somewhere into the MCU universe or whatever, then you have to think realistically it's gonna leave us on a cliffhanger. Like, there are some hardcore Venom fans out there, and there's some hardcore Spider-Man fans. And Spider-Man is one of the top grossing superheroes of all time. I'm not just talking revenue as in films. I'm talking about pillows, plushies, toys, everything, comics, everything.
I have
Bed sheets. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, how do you end that movie? How do you end it with a victorious Spider-Man? How do you end it with a victorious Venom? Do you end it with a mutually agreeing, we beat the crap out of each other, now we're friends, high five, let's take this next episode's gonna have a bigger villain, let's talk
which
about
is
together?
exactly how the comic.
Yeah, but you think so?
Yeah. It's gonna take course like that, and they're gonna end off with the Amazing Spider-Man. I know they're gonna make this Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4. And I know that they're gonna end it at 4. They're not gonna continue Andrew Garfield and that. And it's gonna lead for one more Venom movie.
Okay, I'm cool with it. I'm having trouble letting go.
But here's the thing, people have a theory where Tom Hardy's Venom is gonna be facing Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and that's not true. Even though the symbiote was left behind, Tom Hardy's not there to beat Venom. So maybe it will latch onto another Eddie Brock or someone like that. Or maybe just Spider-Man.
I just hope they do it well. I hope they do it well. I'm gonna be so disappointed. You know, everyone, there's no secret. I am the Marvel guy at this table. The next topic I want to talk about is a DC topic. If I like anybody in DC, everybody knows I love Batman, but I'm a big Superman guy too. So I want to talk a little bit about Superman Legacy. Do you know anything about that?
I do.
Okay, please.
So this Superman Legacy, I believe, is going to be one of the first projects led by James Gunn in DC.
Sure is.
Now, people were like, Henry Cavill, bring it back, bring it back. Henry Cavill was never there to come back, from what I believe. He did the Justice League, and then
Because this is a different Superman.
yeah, it's going to be a younger Superman.
You know what? Star Wars has a technology. Disney has a technology. I gotta talk about my people. I want you to look it up. Yes, fans listening and watching, go on YouTube and search the technology they used for Harrison Ford.
Oh, de-aging.
Bro.
Yeah, they did it with Alfred Molina.
Bro. If they wanted to, they could use that.
They use it with everyone home except for Jamie Foxx, because Jamie Foxx is
yeah, he's gangster.
yeah, he's good. Love Jamie Foxx. But it's not about Jamie Foxx. This is about James Gunn's lead for Superman. Can we see if maybe it's a?
Are we going no name, or are we going with like a named actor?
There's no speculation of any actor from what I believe.
Well, what is your speculation as towards the route that James Gunn is going to go with it?
They're gonna be
early
20s, early 20s.
early 20s. And so they're gonna do the same thing they did to Batman with this guy.
Yes, but I feel like it's
Robert
gonna be-
Pattinson.
Yeah, I love Robert Pattinson. I mean, I know what you're saying to me with your eyes. No, but I believe this.
Save it for the show.
Yeah, it's just gonna be. I feel it's gonna be more lighthearted than anything else.
I agree. I think this is gonna give us, I believe from what I read, this Superman Legacy is supposed to be about Superman being a superhero.
Yeah, about
And
being,
like the origination and how he handles his and is able to balance the Kryptonian life here on Earth. So there's a lot of room for interesting writing. But I don't know, man. I'm still a super skeptic. I gotta see what this guy's gonna do.
I'm just so excited.
I'm
Very excited. I'm not excited. But you gotta just wait and see. There's not a lot going on. I know that there's something I found out this morning about a Batman casting, and that's just different. But it's not about Batman, it's about Superman.
Well, let's talk about Batman, man.
Okay, so I saw Frank Grillo on his Instagram story. He's with the DC logo.
So you think they're casting him as
Batman? I do. Who else would he?
For what line?
For Brave and the Bold. Brave and the Bold's going to be taking place where Batman's older and he's donning the cape. Side with Damian Wayne as his son.
DC just gave us Robert Patterson's Batman.
That's
They are
also-
starting brand new over. So you're telling me that they're gonna go a different, because Robert Patterson is cast and set to play Batman in Batman 2. This version of Batman. So now you're telling me they're gonna come out with another.
Okay, so this Batman is going to be taking place in DCEU. The DCEU is completely separate than Elseworld. Elseworld is the lineup with the Batman, Joker, stuff like that.
Do you guys hear how stupid that sounds?
It doesn't sound stupid, just like how
There has to be
just like
continuation.
okay, and just like how you and your stupid Marvel people have the legacy, and then now you guys have the MCU, and then you have other shows that don't do with it.
At the end of the show, when I say if anybody, follow him. If there's a Marvel fan listening, he said, you and stupid Marvel fans. Y'all heard that, right? You heard that?
There's a difference between smart and stupid.
Okay, all right, absolutely. So I have a confession. Okay, owning a comic book shop, having a geek column in the newspaper, being on a podcast, being in this geek world,
Right.
I have to embarrassingly say that I have never ever seen any Rick and Morty shows. I've never watched Rick and Morty.
I watched
but-
3 episodes.
But if you read my article a couple weeks ago in the paper, I had a lot to speak on Justin Roiland.
I feel there with this.
Okay, so I think this should be like the last topic for, but who knows where we go. But I want to say I'm really disappointed with everything that's going on in that direction. Being a person who buys the product and being a person who speaks to customers related to Rick and Morty a lot. Justin Roiland, he has his hands everywhere in Rick and Morty. We're talking about voice acting, we're talking about co-creation. And he's not just a guy, he does like the 2 main voices, I believe, and a bunch of minor characters.
Yeah, he has a lot of hands on Rick and Morty and stuff, but he also has a lot of hands on his wife.
You're absolutely right. So this show doesn't support him, by the way.
No, I'm not an advocate. I'm against
we don't
domestic,
advocate.
domestic abuse.
Um,
I think you're
careful because we.
I know. I think you're a piece of dirt, though.
Oh, I
If
love
you
that,
just
yeah.
go ahead and you think you can put your hands on a woman,
Man, go and poop on that dirt. He's that piece right there, right? So I get what you're saying.
you as a man need to go ahead and set that standard and lead your household before anything else.
You're right.
And
He's facing a lot of charges. You know, they brought a lot of charges before him. This isn't recent either, bro. This is like a year or two back. They are just now finding out about it, and that's why they terminated him. So the great thing is that Rick and Morty the show will go on. They are The show will go on. There's a lot of people who
They're
want this
recasting.
project that are staying.
You're
there.
recasting the voices.
They are gonna recast the voices, but you know, like they've done it a million times with The Simpsons,
Right.
you know, and they've done it a million times with different anime characters, and they get people that sound very, very similar. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried more about the content that he would bring as a co-creator.
Now here's what I say. They're taking it away from him, right? Let's say you're a toddler, you have a toy, you get grounded, get that toy taken away from you, right? They're gonna take it away. He's gonna clean his act up a little bit, and they're gonna hand it right back to him. That's what I believe. I believe that it's just gonna be like a slap on the wrist, a little time out, and you're gonna be right back into it.
So I know the severity, and we're not gonna get into the severity of what he did. You guys can research it.
Look it up.
But brother, they did or are currently doing it with Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
So they did it with Andrew Tate. I mean, there's a lot of whatever this guy's name is. What I'm saying is they cancel people,
And then
and then some
They show
people
back
come
up?
back. So we don't know what the futures, and we don't know what legal right, if any, he has towards that name, Rick and Morty or the show. But the truth of the matter is that they are going to move on. They have super high hopes.
That's good.
They've had a bunch of interviews with a bunch of people that are part of the show, and everybody is in great morale. Everybody's happy. Everybody's positive, and they all see it going in a very positive way. What is it? Season is it 3 or 6? I don't even remember.
Season 6, I think.
Yeah, so the latest season that's coming out, it's still gonna come out. It's not even jeopardized in timing or running late. So the whole crew there is doing a great job of keeping this together. But we want to know your thoughts. We want to know where you stand on this. We want to know what you think about Justin Roiland and how the whole crew at Adult Swim is handling this problem. You can send me a message to Major Geek at geekscloset.com. You can reach out to us at geekscloset850 on Instagram and Facebook, or Comic Book Guy with the Beard on TikTok. As for my buddy here, Aiden, if anybody listening or anybody watching wants to get a hold of you, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of me is through Instagram and my Instagram bio. Not bio, but my handle is Aiden's Laboratory. Anything else is not me. You'll just see Aiden's Laboratory.
You heard it first from us, guys, and stay tuned. We have some big surprises coming very soon. Have a great week.